Hello, sixth graders, Math 1 Focus Kids. This is Mr. Power. Some of you know me, and some of you are just going to start to get to know me. In this week, the sixth graders are working on fractions, add, subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions and mixed numbers. And so this video is going to start with just fractions that have common denominators. We're going to add and subtract. And multiply and divide them. So here I'm going to flip it around, and so here just adding. I even drew the picture. Say a pizza. Say you have 3/8 of a pizza and 2/8 of a pizza, and 3/8 plus 2/8. If you put both pizzas into one box, they would add up to 5/8. And so adding, if you have common denominators, then the denominator is the number on the bottom. The top number is the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. And when you have the denominators are the same, then that's what you have to add to be able to add or subtract. You have to have common denominators, which means the same denominator. And when you have common denominators, you just add the numerators. 3 plus 2 is 5, and it's just that simple. And so subtracting, say you had 3/8 of a pizza, and then you ate one slice, and you're just going to have 2 slices left. You're going to have 2/8 of a pizza. And 2/8, you can divide both the top and bottom by 2, the numerator and the denominator by 2 each, and so really you have 1/4 of a pizza left. And you can kind of see that. If you made them like bigger slices, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. And so abstracting, when you have common denominators, is that friendly? And then here is multiplying, dividing. Now this is a little tougher. So say we use these numbers. Say 3/4 times 1/4. So I just took a square and I cut it into fourths one way, and I shaded in 3/4. I picked the bottom 3. You could have picked the top 3. But anyways, I shaded 3/4 one way. You can see I captured 3/4 there. You see how 3/4 of this is shaded when I go this way? Here's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, but I shaded these bottom 3. And then I cut it into 1/4 the other way, so just cut it in half and cut each half in half. And so I shaded this the other way. Here's 1/4 of it. And so if you multiply, well, how many squares do you have? 4 times 4, there's 16 little squares, aren't there? And then how many of them are shaded both ways? And you can count 1, 2, 3. Aren't 3 of them shaded both ways? You can see it. And so when you multiply, all you do is multiply the top numbers, the numerators, and you multiply the bottom numbers, the denominators, and you get 3/16. And you don't have to have common denominators when you multiply or divide. So here's the picture of multiplying fractions. And then here's a picture of dividing fractions. I start off with 3/4, so it's less than 1. Here's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, here's 1. I started with 3/4, and I'm dividing by 1/4. So 1, 2, 3. 3/4 divided by 1/4 is the same thing as 3/4 times 4/1. You flip the number on the right, so you can multiply. It's called the reciprocal, which means you flip the fraction. And when you're dividing, you always flip the one on the right. And then you can just multiply. 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times 1 is 4, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. You could have just divided here, and 4 divided by 4 cancels, and you just get 3/1 is 3. But anyways, whichever way you do it, the answer is 3 though. And you can just see it. Aren't there 3 of them? If I divide 3/4 by 1/4, it takes me, the answer is going to be 3. So anyways, so now I'd like you to get a piece of paper out, and another piece of paper, and I want you to cut it in half long ways, and then cut it in half this way. So you're going to cut it into 4 pieces. Then each section I want you to cut into 4 equal pieces. Like that. And so I'm going to give you let me give you 4 sets of 2 fractions. So for number 1 here, we're going to call it 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to be giving you 3/5 and 1/5. I want you to add these, subtract these, multiply these, and divide these. And then over here, I want you to use 4/6 and 1/6. And I want you to add those, subtract those, multiply those, and divide those, just like we did. And then here's 6/7 and 1/7. I want you to add those, subtract those, multiply those, and divide those. And then here's 6/8 and 3/8. I want you to add those, subtract those, multiply those, and divide those. So I'm gonna, and you can pause this to get those down, but I want you to do that. Now remember, you get to use your example here of here's multiplying, dividing, and here's your example for adding and subtracting. You can use your notes there if you get stuck, and I'm going to follow this up with the key. It'll be on the next video. So you do the problems, and when you're done, then correct them with the video and see how you did. All right, so good luck, you guys.